Hello musical crew, and welcome back to MusicalConman's Musical Quest. This game has music in it, so we're going to take another shot at Ironclad Ascension 20, because it's fun. Okay, well now we get the remove 2 cards thing. So upgrade a card, random boss relic, max HP, see what we got here. Okay, this is a little bit of a nicer act. We could do 3 fights, campfire, elite campfire, then we could do elite campfire again. If we want to go elite hunting, 3 campfires around them is the way to do it. We can get the healing we need. I like going to so we could go 3 fights and then that campfire. I think that's definitely the way we want to go. The question is, do we want to go to a shop first? And probably. Removing 2 cards is a little risky because what would we remove? Strike and defend, but then we're really dependent on adding better cards quickly. I mean, we have, to be fair, we have a shop here, so we're going to be able to buy a better card pretty soon. But we could upgrade a card and use our money. Let's try removing 2 cards. I'm going to remove a strike and a defend. And we're going to just try and get aggressive, good stuff at the shop. So we'll defend, strike here. We got that Ascender's Bane down, so now we just have an 8-card deck. So now we will be able to bash a lot, hopefully. So, 3 strikes does not do it. It is blocking next turn. So if we had bash, it would be vulnerable next turn. We could also just take 2, but then we deal 0 and it's not vulnerable and it's impossible to kill it next turn. I think we take 7 here for a chance at, a pretty good chance at killing it here. Yeah, so now strike, strike, strike will do it. And otherwise we would have taken 12 extra damage here. So I think it was definitely correct to take 5 more damage then to prevent a bunch more damage now. Alright, so Shrug It Off could replace a defend. Shrug It Off is a good card. I think we might need just to cleave for damage though. But missing a defend, we've got a little more room to add stuff. Cleave is significantly better than a basic strike right now. As much as I love Shrug It Off, I think we should just take the first damage card we're offered. Alright, no bash turn 1. So we'll just hit it a bunch. This turn we bash and if we defend once, next turn we're getting our deck again. So if we bash, it's at 24 and it's vulnerable, so 3 strikes will do it, or strike, strike, cleave, or cleave and bash will do it. So we'll take 1 here, and we're hoping to kill next turn. Alright, yeah. We would have had to draw all 3 of our defends, and not bash and cleave together to not be able to kill this turn. So we are through that fight, we're back up to full health, we get a strength potion. Anger in a small deck is interesting. I kind of like a Havoc with a small deck, to be honest. Might be a little greedy, but help us get some good stuff, and we cannot quite afford an Immolate. That is a real shame. Immolate is an incredible card to add to your deck. Combust is alright here. It's nice. We can play with Havoc. I think we could also just remove a card and keep going. But if we remove a strike, how are we against elites here? With an upgrade, not too bad. But if we want to go elite hunting, we need damage. So I think the Combust is better for that, but we have a Strength Potion. The Strength Potion helps a lot. Let's get rid of a strike. Hopefully we'll find a good damage option here. Card upgrade is awesome. We could make Havoc cost 0. We could make Cleave do 11. I think the Bash upgrade is going to be better for the elites. Cleave upgrade might be better for the upcoming hallway fight, and then we can upgrade Bash there. course, we might get something we want to upgrade from the hallway fight, and then we'll wish we had upgraded Bash, but if that happens, I think we'll be glad. Alright, let's have it. We get a Bash for free, and we take 6. But we played Bash for 1 energy. And now we can cleave, block, block. We should be able to get through this fight. Well, we will be able to get through this fight, only taking 6 damage, so we'll heal back up to full. And we get a blood potion, which is awesome. Armats is decent, but we have low-cost cards. Let's take a Pommel Strike. Since we've removed these strikes, we want to get a new one. And I'll upgrade the Bash for sure. Especially if we play it with Havoc. It's really nice to have the extra vulnerable if we don't get the vulnerable again. I think let's use a Strength Potion in this fight. We want to kill this as quickly as possible, so it's a question of do we Havoc for a 50% chance of playing attack, and I think the answer is no. Well, we could play an attack, and then we exhaust Havoc, or we could play a defend, and then we exhaust the defend. Actually, I think that's good. Or we could just, basically we draw a better card next turn. So now we can cleave, then we Pommel Strike, and if we're lucky we'll draw the cleave. We're lucky. So that deals 19 damage. It's vulnerable next turn, so we have a kill thanks to our Strength Potion. Yep, 12 and 24. So, Frozen Egg is awesome. Whenever you got a power card, upgrade it. Really good time to get offered a Corruption. Wow, it's a little early, but at 2 cost, already upgraded. I'm feeling pretty good about the chance of taking this. We can play it with Havoc. But let's upgrade our Pommel Strike. More damage and more cards. Now, Corruption is not necessarily going to help us against elites right now, but wow, Toxic Egg, okay. It's Toxic Egg and Frozen Egg, so any skill or power we add is upgraded. I think we can afford to take this elite, even without the Strength Potion. Cleave will do well against Sentries. Bash, Pommel Strike, Cleave will do well against Lagavulin. Corruption won't really help us right now, but I think we'll get through it, and we have a Blood Potion. I'm going to wait and make it vulnerable. Also, I could just play Corruption just to get it out of my deck. Is that better than making it vulnerable? I don't think so. Even if we don't get to play other attacks. Okay, so Bash and Cleave is clearly strong here. Havoc and Corrupt... If I play Corruption, I can Havoc, Defend, and Cleave, though. I think that's even better, because it's already vulnerable right now. So, let's play a Pommel Strike, exhaust it. 16 damage. We'll get our block now. So we got one more Defend, it'll be free. And then for the rest of the fight, we are just hitting it. It's important to play Bash now, before it loses vulnerable next turn. Because playing Bash now deals extra damage, whereas next turn we could Bash, and the Bash doesn't do the extra damage. So 16, 2 strikes will deal more damage than 1 Bash. Now just going to debuff our strength, but it is low enough health that it shouldn't be a problem to kill it. So Bash deals 12, Cleave deals 13, and that is Lagavulin dealt with. Maw Bank, whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. So we have 3 relics that do nothing for us immediately, but give us so much potential to grow. Like Inflame, I'm really interested in an Inflame. Gain 3 strength. Yeah. Give me an upgrade. I mean, we have so few cards left to upgrade. I'll just take a Havoc upgrade. It's not that relevant when you have Corruption, but it's that or a Strike upgrade, and I feel like we don't need that. So I could deal 21 damage. I'm never going to split it this turn. So let's take 8, deal 11. Alright, this is a good turn to Inflame and Bash. So next turn, we got some good stuff going on. Havocs will also be decent at dealing with things like burns and slimes. Not relevant against Guardian, but still decent. I think we just Pommel Strike and get a good split going. And maybe we kill it. We do. Alright, potion. Whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. That doesn't do anything with our deck. Entrench? A little early for an entrench. I'd usually want a barricade before I took an entrench, and I don't think we need another cleave, so let's skip here. We're gonna have really good card options with these 2 eggs. Alright, give me a cleave now. No? I could use a draw potion for it. But I could also just inflame, pommel strike, and defend, and then I just take 5. And that seems pretty decent to me. Okay. So if we bash here, that's 9, and then another 15 will kill that. Will not kill that, but we can play a defend for free. So, kill it, and full... Oh right, don't full block because we're frail, but now we just have to kill this turn, but we have strength. And with 3 strength it should be pretty doable. Alright, there we go. Disarm and Shrug It Off are both incredible choices, but I think it's easier to get decent block cards than it is to get specifically Disarm, and Disarm will be great against Guardian here. Inflame is nice, so we're gonna get hit here. That's fine. I think about using a blood potion just to heal because we got pretty good odds of getting a potion at the end of this fight, but we also don't need the healing going into the boss. Alright, let's just kill it. Alright, do we want to take some healing and replace this with a colorless potion, or save this for next act? I think we'll use it. Having higher damage next act will still be helpful. We can take another pommel strike to get more draw. With an inflame, a pummel is pretty decent, because if that goes to 5 damage 5 times, 25 damage for 1 energy, not bad. And since we get to upgrade it, it is actually 5 times. And that lets us take some more strength scaling later. So let's make it vulnerable. We'll deal 16 because we don't want to draw any cards. It should be easy to split next turn. What do we got here? Corruption. Okay, I would like to draw some cards. Seems like a good time for it. Okay, I got my Inflame. Disarm is free. And we can strike. We can actually save the pummel if we want. The pummel might be good if we want to get a really good split later. The thing about pummel is it does exhaust. That is the one downside. Also, playing Corruption against this thing really early means we're just going to run out of blocks, so we're just going to have to tank damage. So with that in mind, 4 damage to play cards starts to seem a little better. Alright, so we've exhausted our Pommel Strike. Let's go ahead and just gain all the block we can, and then we're just killing it now. So we both get hurt, but it dies before we do, is the dream. Alright, so we'll defend. We are out of block cards, but it does have -3 strength, which helps a lot. And we're just gonna take the hits. Deal another 35. Down to 24. Alright, we're only being attacked for 8, which is awesome. We always do this. And we could deal 19 and add extra vulnerable, or deal 26. We're gonna get a good split next turn, and if we're lucky we could even kill, so we'll take 8 more, and then we're done taking damage for the fight. Alright, 14 plus another 26. But it does its big block thing, so we'll make it vulnerable. This should just deal a tiny bit through the block. But next turn, we can just play strikes and we win. It hurts, but we win. Or we can just play a cleave. So we took a lot of damage there. But we won. Okay, Juggernaut and Barricade. Oh. Barricade is pretty good with Corruption. I really like Juggernaut, but Juggernaut will get better after I have ways to gain block. So will Barricade, though. We need ways to gain block. We have enough damage right now. Let's take the defensive power. And double potions, remove 2 more cards, or heal more. So we're not getting an energy relic. If we remove 2 cards, we could remove 2 strikes. But with all these powers in our deck, right now the strikes are actually decent cards for us. It might be Sacred Bark. The healing is good too. The healing helps us survive in the short term while we build up a really strong deck with Frozen Egg and Toxic Egg. And we don't have a great potion. Especially since our deck is currently just taking a lot of damage. I think we'll do that. Okay, so events are good. Shops are good. How do we do against elites right now? Mixed, I think. We'd like some more cards. We don't really need campfires for upgrades because most of our cards are just going to get upgraded automatically. And we've upgraded all the things we care about. With 300 gold, a shop is pretty decent, and then we could go elite or campfire elite. If we go campfire elite, we're missing out on this big chain of elites. If we go into this chain of elites, we have to fight this one no matter what. We can do this and go here. I don't think this campfire is as necessary, because the upgrade is likely to happen for free. Let's have it. We gotta defend. Barricade isn't going to do anything for us right now, so we'll just play a couple of these. Take 11, but with Black Blood, that's a little more acceptable now. I could go Corruption and Flame. Corruption lets me play both of these. And the next turn I just try and kill him. That seems pretty reasonable. I'm going to kill this one first. So I'll debuff the strength of that one. And I need to get some good blocking skills. We're taking a lot of hits here. So we cleave. We pummel here. And we deal as much damage as we can, even if it draws stuff we would like to have later. Take another 15, I guess, because I don't think there's a potion that's really going to save us. Yeah, we just don't block is one thing about this deck. Armaments is okay, but what does it really upgrade that we care about? Just strikes and defense. Iron Wave, oof. These aren't very good. Heavy Blade could be interesting, but we need block right now, not damage. I'm gonna skip, but it hurts. Alright, we are spending money at this shop for sure. A Feel No Pain is amazing. This solves a lot of our block problems as soon as we can play Corruption. We're gonna take a True Grit. It's also really good. We could take a Bandage up. Just for extra healing? It's a thought. Thinking Ahead is basically just a Warcry that doesn't exhaust. Would we spend 200 gold for Warcry Plus right now? And it does exhaust thanks to Corruption. On the other hand, it's 0 energy, draw 2, and then put 1 for later. That is good, but is it better than card remove and heal 6? Or a potion? I don't think we need Vajra here, as much as I love Vajra. But we could go Vajra card remove. If we move a strike, our deck gets very small after a Corruption and all our powers. And that could be decent. A Dropkick is good if our deck gets very small. We could do Dropkick and card remove. And then we could exhaust to a near infinite combo later on. I would replace a strike with a Dropkick and buy a potion to help us survive. I think that seems reasonable. Power potion, weak potion. I think taking damage is our problem. We could also take Bandage up, because with Feel No Pain, it also blocks, and that's something to think about. It exhausts, even if we haven't played Corruption, and it's upgraded. I think let's try it. Okay, so 21 is a lot here. Okay, I need to draw some cards. $30 block, but we can't get blocked for a long time. I don't know if that's good enough. Let's take a Feel No Pain, and then we can play Discovery for some block. Then we can play a Metallicize for free. Then we could Defend to gain 5 block, or we could Pummel to gain 4 block and take its plated armor down a lot. But we don't get to Pummel later. We block 12, so we take 9. Oh wait! Our Ascender's Bane exhausted. Our Ascender's Bane actually blocked for us. Thank you, Ascender's Bane. Alright, so we'll definitely Bandage up. And then we'll just Corruption, Inflame, and play one of these. So now we're fully blocked. We'll save the other for later. Okay. We can Bash, Dropkick, Disarm. I don't think the Barricade is that important for us right now. Alright. Gain some block like that. Do another one of those. Let's just exhaust the True Grit. So this will fully block. This only blocks 2, and it wastes 2 cards for it. Let's take 2 damage here. Okay, now we could Barricade if we wanted. Let's Havoc. Cool. So we could get down to Dropkick and Pommel Strike. We do some cool stuff that way. Dropkick is free here. We're fully blocked. So let's just kill it. That was a lot better. I think those additions helped. I'll definitely take another True Grit. Plus, really helps us live. I'll take the event before the thing, or we could also go Elite. I think we're, with those card additions from the shop, the Bandage Up and the True Grits and the Feel No Pain especially help such a tremendous amount. I think we're willing to go Elite hunting here, so let's go to an event first. Get a Relic in exchange for Writhe. I don't want Writhe. Alright, draw me 2 cards and see what I feel. Okay. Play me a card and see how I feel. Inflame. Okay, so we could Corruption into a free Defend. I think it's good to get that Corruption in play. Barricade is something that'll become useful if we get a bunch of Feel No Pain stuff going on. It's a shame we don't have Feel No Pain yet, by the way. Kind of unfortunate. We'll play the Bandage Up, I guess. Exhaust the Dropkick with True Grit. Bit of a shame, but we want to block as much as we can here. So we spend 0 energy. Alright, we get a Feel No Pain. We'll make that vulnerable. Our draw pile is so small, we can probably disarm as a block card in the future. Alright. Do we just kill this? Yeah, we do. And in that case, we'll save Disarm as a block card. If we had Barricade in place, that would be kind of nice, but we don't. Alright, Havoc me. Alright, now we get the Barricade. Doesn't even matter at this point, we're not going to gain any more block, right? Also, we can just kill it, probably. 13, and then 21 is 34. Or 14 plus 18 is 32. Okay, so we're not killing it instantly. We'll take 2 more, but then we win the fight. With a barricade, entrench is a real possibility. Clothesline is a good way to apply weak, but I kind of want to go for this dream. We are at Ascension 20, though. Going for dreams is risky. But I think entrench is legitimately decent. Alright, we're up against a Book of Stabbing. And we've got some very important powers. And we can't play all of them. I think Feel No Pain and Corruption are the priorities. We could also be Feel No Pain and Trench. Let's Feel No Pain and Havoc and see what we get. Okay, we got rid of a Dropkick. We could Inflame and Entrench to block a little more. You know, I think I need to Strength Potion this fight. Should have done that before. I think we're gonna... If we don't play the Corruption, we're in deep trouble, right? I really want the Inflame, but the Strength Potion helps with that. So we will block as much as we can there. Disarm plus. That's what we need for this fight. Okay. Do I want to play these or save them? I'm going to save them, so I'll take 4. Alright. Draw me some cards. Alright, Barricade and some True Grits will be a great thing. So now we can gain as much block as we can. We can get rid of these strikes. And now we have all this block that stays for multiple turns. So we always play all our defends as soon as we get them now. We got 2 more coming up. Inflame and Bash, I think, is the way to go. Next time we draw a Pummel, it'll be great, and it'll block. Thank goodness for that Disarm, I tell you. Our top card is Pommel Strike. Do I want to exhaust that? Yeah, I think we do. Because we draw 2 cards. Then we Cleave. Then we Pummel for 50. And now we just have 2 cards left in our deck. They are Bash and Cleave, and they are going to kill it next turn. Bash and Cleave. And a Pen Nib is really good for a deck with some big attacks. I really like a second Wind here. With our Corruption, we don't super need it, but this also gets rid of things like wounds. Body Slam, though, with Barricade and Trench. Body Slam with Barricade? I'm trying it. And I think I'm going to try some Elite Hunting, too. We don't have any potions, which is scary. But we got a Feel No Pain, we got a Bandage Up, we got a True Grit, and then we can deal 17 damage, probably here, so that Cleave finishes it. So we'll take 10, but with Black Blood, that's not too bad. We got a Feel No Pain, so let's Havoc. We'll exhaust the Barricade. And we'll Inflame. We could just kill this, but then we take more damage from that. And I really like the idea of taking off a bunch of plated armor from this. Entrench would be good if we had Barricade, but we don't right now. So we take 2. This thing is down to 9 plated armor instead of 14, which is huge. We can disarm it. Gain a little block, and I think it's worth taking a little damage to do that. So we take 5. No, sorry. Ascender's Bane. I'm playing a little fast if I wanted high win rate here, I'll say that. If we Corruption, we can fully block this turn. But then how does our killing go? Let's Havoc. Okay, we get a Defend, so we don't need to Corruption right now. We can take some block. Or we could deal 13 damage and take 4. I think we can beat this without getting hit anymore. Awesome, the 9 damage attack is not a problem. I could exhaust a strike, double my block, and then Body Slam for a bunch. So it'd be 9, 13, 26, and then with Vulnerable, that should do it. 43 damage. I didn't do the math, but also it blocks for 26, so we're fine. There we go. Give me a potion. That's something. Shrug It Off is really, really good, especially with Corruption. That makes me feel good about going into another elite here. Okay. Tough fight, but we have a Fire Potion, and that helps a lot with the Slavers. So we'll do that, and we will exhaust a strike for sure. Upgrading Body Slam to cost 0 would be pretty significant in this deck, but we'll get there when we get there. I don't think we can afford a barricade right now. If we Pommel Strike, though, what would we want to Fire Potion? Okay, Disarm is good. Disarm the front one, I guess. That thing's going to make us vulnerable, but we can't do anything about it because we don't have any damage. And the Cinder's Bane is going to give us some block. I don't want to play Pummel just for 5 damage and a little block. So we're going to get hit a lot here, and we're praying to turn it around and recover, because we are now vulnerable. Alright, Corruption, and we need a good Havoc. Let's Inflame. Let's hope for an attack here, maybe? That works too. It would have been nice to play Cleave with the Pin Nib bonus. I think we have to deal damage. I really want to play Corruption, but we're not getting skills next turn, and we need that Pin Nib. So we're going to get hit really, really bad. Really, really bad. I'm not sure if... I shouldn't have taken this elite fight. Okay, we could bash, drop kick. And then we cleave, and then we Fire Potion, and then we die. Alright, well that was a short one. Maybe played a little fast, but it was just that was just 30 minutes, so I think I'm going to hop right into another one. I'm not used to Ascension 20. I need to stop taking cards just because I think they look cool and get back to taking whatever I think will help me win. Got out of practice. Alright. Money, Relic, choose a card. There's a shop right here. We could do a Campfire Elite, Campfire Elite path if we felt really strong, or we could get off ramps. We could do Campfire Elite. We could do Fight, Shop, Event, Fight. There. I do like the 250 gold. I really appreciate the flexibility, even with the loss of max HP. If we can do 250 gold into an instant shop, it feels great. You know, we could do the event before the shop, because sometimes the event gives us a lot of gold, and then do Fight here instead. I think I like that. I think it makes sense to kill this one. Then next turn we'll probably bash it and play a defend if we can. Okay. We always play 1 defend, we always play 1 strike, and block 3 or deal 6. I don't think we have too much trouble killing this thing. Yeah, okay, our frail has worn off, so now we can deal a little more damage, and now it dies to strike, strike, strike. Like that. Twin Strike deals 10 damage for 1 energy right now. Whirlwind helps us in multi-enemy fights. I think I'm going to take the Whirlwind. And if we get to upgrade the Whirlwind, I think that's better than a bash upgrade. The Vulnerable is great, but plus 3 damage up to 3 times is really nice. Okay, Fiendfire is a very good attack. I'm not sure if I use it that well. Ink Bottle and Letter Opener are good stuff. Alright. Ink Bottle is strong. There's a Swift Strike, which is actually often pretty decent with Ironclad. A lot of Ironclad cards are pretty expensive. Yeah, the previous run, We had like all the tools for victory. We had the keys to the kingdom. I think a better player would have definitely gotten a lot further with that than I did. I like a Shrug It Off, but it's very early for a Shrug It Off. That's an Act 2 thing. Letter Opener would be good if we didn't already have the Whirlwind, so I think we can discount that. So if we could do Ink Bottle, but then we don't get to Fiendfire. Fiendfire just hits really hard to one enemy, and then Whirlwind is really good in multi-enemy fights, so if we have both of those, we're good for a lot of the Act 1 combats. And I think that's a good goal. So then I think we could card remove. I think we're okay not playing Medical Kit. Ironclad has a lot of good ways to deal with statuses. We could get rid of a strike, but Fiendfire also kind of does that already. We could get a Shrug It Off and a Combust. I like a Shrug It Off. Now that we've got good damage in the deck, I'm okay adding a block card. Thinking about Combust. With a Whirlwind Plus, I could skip Combust. We're fighting against Hexaghost. Fiendfire will be good against that. Medical Kit would have been good against it. Look at all this. Fun stuff. The Medical Kit has everything you need. Anti-itch, anti-burn, anti-venom, and more. So the burn is obviously burn. The venom, I guess, is like slime? I don't know. Do we want to Swift Strike? It's an Anger that doesn't shuffle an Anger into our deck, basically. Would I be that excited about an Anger right now? I would take it, but would I buy it? I mean, we're not going to a shop again for some time, probably. Let's remove a strike. And move on. Okay, so let's do some hallway fights before the elite. Whirlwind? Whirlwind. Whirlwind Plus deals with a lot of early hallway fights. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Hemokinesis is the best choice here. But I have no self-control, and I haven't done this yet for the channel. Okay, that's a good start. 28 damage. So we're taking a Searing Blow, which is a card that deals 12 damage. So it's 2 strikes in 1 card. Woohoo! Doesn't seem very exciting. Let's play a Whirlwind here. I like Metallicize. A little early, but I'm into it. But the thing about Searing Blow is we can upgrade it, and then it deals 16 damage. Searing Blow plus 1. And that seems okay, right? I don't want to curse. But then we can upgrade it again. It can be upgraded any number of times. And that last damage gave us plus 4 damage. This one's going to give us plus 5 damage. So now it deals 21. Sundial is some energy. Sometimes. I'll take it. I think Bash still gives us more damage than Searing Blow right now if we get a Fiendfire or something. Metallicize helps block against Gremlin Knob, and very few things can do that. Alright, so this would deal 40 damage, but this would deal 36. And so if it deals 40 damage, next turn really sucks. We would have loved to draw Fiendfire to exhaust all those. Let's deal 36. because if we exhaust all our attacks, then we're going to have some trouble. 8 block is worth it here, I think. Yikes, but 5 block is not. Do we need a Thorns potion just to kill it? I think a good Fiend Fire does the job okay. So we'll take 17. Right, this does 28 versus 24. Next turn we have our Searing Blow. So we can kill it either way. So we'll take another 25, which sucks, but we kill it. Bottle Lightning. We don't need any of these. What do we want to bottle? We don't really have any skills we want in our hand turn 1. Shrug It Off maybe, but it's not that impressive. I don't know if we want Shrug It Off in our hand every single fight. Heal 22 or max HP. Do I feel comfortable going into this fight with 32 HP? Wanting to upgrade here and here? Let's take the healing so that I can upgrade. So this goes to 27. So this upgrade was 6 damage. The last one was only 5. So if we draw a Whirlwind, it deals 24, which is good. So 24 means we can target this one, leave it with 16 health. No, we should give this one as low as possible so that it can die to Strike. I think Metallicize is going to block for more than defend over the next couple turns, and I don't think we need to use a Thorns Potion. It will be good against Hexaghost. Alright, so we could deal 28 damage to that. Or we could Strike, defend. I think we Strike, defend. Would have been really nice to play Whirlwind here, but killing one of these before they attack is super important. 8 block fully blocks. Then Sundial gives us 2 energy, and we can Whirlwind for 32 damage. Very nice. We got a lot of nasty stuff in our deck, but we have a Searing Blow, and that's not so nasty at all. So now we just have 3 defense and a strike, so our next few turns are going to really suck. But we can fully block, and we'll get into the next round of our deck. Okay, so we just need to draw anything next turn. Defend, block, anything. Damage is better though. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. I'm into that. Uppercut is an extra way to apply vulnerable, and it's a way to apply weak. Havoc is good if it doesn't play Searing Blow. It's also good if it does. We could Pommel Strike as a card draw thing. I think I like the Uppercut. Uppercut is a lot better if you can upgrade it, which we're not going to do because we have priorities, but look at that. It blocked 4 damage for us. If we can get an energy relic from this boss, that would be super important, because being able to play Bash and Searing Blow is such a huge change for the deck. At this point, we pretty much play Searing Blow whenever we draw it, and then we do that. Bludgeon is a big attack, but we have a bigger attack soon. Vulnerable to all enemies for 1 energy, we can play it with Searing Blow. How often do we get Thunderclap and Searing Blow at the same time? Not often, right? It's also okay with Whirlwind. I'm gonna give Vulnerable a chance here. This upgrades 7 damage this time. We're just gonna keep doing this. Doesn't matter if it's wise. Okay, this is good. So Whirlwind would deal more damage, but if we Uppercut, Strike, and then Whirlwind for 0, we gain 1 strength. Very interested in that. Heart of Iron is an incredible potion that I would prefer not to use if I can avoid it. Let's do Shrug. Okay, we just got this. So we could defend, or we could Bash to set up for our Searing Blow. So this would deal 9 damage, and then next turn an extra 17. So this card deals 26 damage. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the Thorns Potion. That's going to deal 18 damage, and we'll block for as much as we can. Could have used the Heart of Iron, decided not to. Metallicize will be really nice, and then we get our Searing Blow. We have +1 strength, so it actually deals 35 instead of 34. Thank you very much. Vulnerable is good now. We'll play a Defend. We'll take 6. Alright. Searing Blow for 52 is pretty good. We could play an extra Vulnerable, or we could block 3 damage. I like applying an extra Vulnerable and gaining a Strength. So we take 3 more, we deal 3 with Thorns. We get an extra Vulnerable on it. Okay. Next turn we can Fiendfire to exhaust a burn if we want. We get some extra energy, so we can shrug it off first. So we could play these, but we could also just deal, let me see, 13 damage each times 4 is 52 damage. We're currently blocked for 11. We could block for 16 and deal 39 damage, which after this is 27. So then that puts it at 48 health. So that extra 13 would put it to 35, which is kill with 1 Searing Blow. I think killing with our next Searing Blow is important. So we'll take 7 more. And Whirlwind will also do it. Thunderclap Whirlwind will do it even better. Ooh, Limit Break with Shuriken is very good, but I really like Feed. Feed is like one of my favorite cards. Okay, Energy, but only less, can't play more than 6 cards, or Energy but less card rewards. We're not playing a lot of cards, and I think Velvet Choker is really good for us here. 4 Energy is so crucial, and Busted Crown I think is a worse downside. So we go to shop, we go here. We're looking for the most possible campfires though, so here's 1 row. These are all equivalent. Okay, so we can get 2 campfires from any number of paths. Do we want a Super Elite right now? I think we want events, and this can go any direction, so we'll start at this now. Alright, we'll do some blocking. We block for 5 more, or we could remove a plated armor. Let's block for 5 more. So we take 3, but we got through its big attack. And now we can bash and uppercut, seems pretty good. Should have done it the other direction, actually. So we'll take 9, which is okay. Alright, here's the big money. 51 damage. Another 9 damage. Block 3 or deal 9. The next Searing Blow could kill, but we'd love to kill with Feed. And we gain a Strength. So we're getting hit, and that does heal it, is one big issue. We could kill it with this. So we could play Fiendfire or Whirlwind to kill it, but then we don't get to Feed, which is unfortunate. But it's better than not killing it. We're not going to get to Feed just by waiting and taking a bunch of damage because we die. Do we want to Havoc? Searing Blow and Feed are both things we don't really want to Havoc. Fiendfire we don't really want to Havoc. Havoc can do some bad things to our current deck. Let's transform a Strike. Perfected Strike. Well, that strike got better. We could go for a Super Elite here. We could go for 2 Elites if we wanted to go that way, or 1 Super. This does have an immediate shop. I know I keep getting in trouble with Super Elites. Act 2 is hard. Removing cards that aren't Searing Blow helps us play Searing Blow more often. Perfected Strike is pretty bad. Deals 6 plus 12, so it deals 18 damage for 2 energy, and if we remove a strike, that goes down to... Sorry, it's not even upgraded. So it deals 4. So it deals 14 damage for 2 energy, and that goes down to 12. That's almost worse than a strike. Not quite, but almost. I do like a Metallicize. We're never going to upgrade it, but still, it helps us block a little bit. We could remove a Defend and replace it with a Metallicize. Let's get rid of a Strike. Strikes are just good to get rid of. We'll take a Metallicize. And here we go. Okay, this is going to be a tricky fight. 17 damage. So that's 4, and then that goes from 17 up to 25. So we don't quite blast it. We can get strength to do so. No, we don't. Okay, we're not going to kill it. So if we're going to get blasting, let's do it on one of these. Wait, we definitely kill that one. But I'd rather take 6 damage and prevent the strength gain, is going to be my justification. If we play this, we completely stop its attack. If we play anything else first, we don't. But this also blocks 6, but this blocks 12. But this blocks 6, and then it blocks more. We want to kill this one first, because it has more strength, so we will do that. So we take 4 damage. Okay, we got some options here. Let's shrug. Metallicize, so now we are fully blocked, so we can Thunderclap and strike. And having 6 Metallicize in play helps a lot. So sad to lose a run where we had both the eggs. We're having this problem with Whirlwind and Fiend Fire again. Well, if we Whirlwind, this knocks them both down. And then if we're lucky, we can try and feed one of them later. Drawing cards faster helps with that. Killing this one with more health helps with that. We don't have anything that'll damage that until we're ready, so then we can just wait and hopefully draw feed soon. If not, any attack will kill it, even with its increased armor. Okay, shrug. And we can feed. So we get 3 max health. Good thing to get. Don't need a colorless potion. Armaments is good with Searing Blow, I'll say that. It's good with our other cards, because we're not going to upgrade any of our other cards. Because we're upgrading Searing Blow. Armaments is very good here. Okay, we can Whirlwind for 36. We could Thunderclap first. It doesn't do more damage. It just removes an artifact charge. We could also kill... No, we don't kill one of them because this isn't upgraded. I think deal 36 to everything is the way to do it. I don't see a reasonable way to get the +1 strength without wasting our feed. Alright. 12 damage. So we're just going to kill this one and block, I guess? We always kill this one. Do we block 11 or do we deal 34? How good are we at blocking? I think we're okay at blocking. Once we get like armaments and Metallicize going. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, we could upgrade a Defend. I think that's better here because upgrading an Uppercut doesn't matter. It's just going to get artifacted. I might want a Heart of Iron here. I don't know. It's a really good potion that I really want to save. But I also don't want to end up throwing away potions just to keep this. So we do a lot of damage with that. Let's shrug. Okay, Metallicize blocks this turn. So I don't deal as much damage, but 6 Metallicize is a lot of Metallicize. And we could Thunderclap, Bash, make it vulnerable. We could also block 9, then we take another 7. Let's just deal 14. So we have no more vulnerable in the deck, but we could Searing Blow and then feed. Okay, 34, 44. It has 43. So we Searing Blow, and then we feed. And we're up to 27 out of 74. Second Wind could be decent as just a front-loaded block card. Second Wind helps us exhaust things that aren't Searing Blow. We don't really care about defends later on. Okay, I think we gotta play a Searing Blow here. If we do vulnerable and then Searing Blow, that kills it. So 13 plus a bunch kills that. I think we want the Metallicize in this fight. This is a very tough elite. Okay, so we don't get to play either of those this fight. We could use the Strength Potion, but we can think about that later. If we had gotten like Thunderclap Whirlwind, I would have used it last turn. I think we should use the Strength Potion this fight. So we could Thunderclap, Shrug it off, and Fiend Fire. So this would deal 9 damage times 3. It's 27. That's not that much. We do need to block some. Thunderclap plus Whirlwind does more damage than just Whirlwind. Same for Fiend Fire, so we could deal 30 damage here. Or we could deal 14 to each. I think 30 damage here is necessary. So we take another 7. If we can kill this one soon, I think we can be in good shape. Ugh, Perfected Strike. Okay, so we block as much as we can. Does this ever kill? If we play this, then that does 13. No, that's useless. Okay, so 16 plus 11. We don't quite die. It's real close. Give me a Searing Blow, please. That's a Searing Blow. Okay, so that's 54 damage. We could Armaments to upgrade it, but we could also Armaments to defend. We're actually already fully blocked. So let's upgrade our Searing Blow. It'll help us kill the big one faster in the future. Alright, now we just need to keep drawing block cards. Okay, we get our Metallicize. So we're actually probably okay here. If we get our last Metallicize, we win the fight. Yikes, this is a little scary. So we take 3 more. Don't do it. Don't do me like that. Keep scanning strength. We can Metallicize. We want the defend, but we can get rid of these wounds. Okay, so this turn we get wounds, but we gotta shrug it off. I notice it keeps gaining strength every turn, and I don't like that. Let's shrug it off first. We get energy. Okay. So we play both of these. Wrong order again. Dang, that's a problem. Uppercut does more damage, so you should play it when it's already vulnerable. But we got our Searing Blow. Wasn't even scared. Okay, Prayer Wheel. Extra card reward from normal enemies. We don't want these, I don't think. Anger could be interesting. Anger is a way to gain strength, actually. It's not amazing with Velvet Choker, but we're never getting close to 6 cards per turn. I like Anger. I would really want to upgrade, but I think if I do, we just die to a lot of hallway fights. So we're going to heal. Because I would love to make it to Act 3 on this particular run. Confused is not going to be that bad for us. Let's draw something. I think Metallicize is more important than a big Fiend Fire. So we just deal 16 and we'll move on. Alright, we can Armaments, a metallicize, or a searing blow? I think armaments metallicize helps us survive this fight, because this thing, its damage does not increase over the course of the fight. Like, it doesn't gain strength or anything. So if we can get a decent amount of metallicize, we just win. Bash, anger, perfected strike, but then we take 3. I think we can win this fight without taking any damage. Can we? I don't know. We also have a feed next turn. Let's gain some strength. We'll take 3. That's closer to death. Alright. So we do that. We do that. Very close. Just can't quite afford it. So I'll take 4. Gain 1 strength. If we're lucky, we'll draw feed again right on top of our pile here. We could take 3 to try and gain 3 max HP from feed. I think that seems reasonable. Get it real low. I'm gonna do this. Cool. Next turn we probably feed. I'm glad we do. But also, if we didn't feed, we could kill something else. Alright, give me 3 max HP. Alright, I could take these. Another armaments is interesting. Another armaments is interesting. We could just armaments searing blow. We really need a headbutt or something. We need to put the searing blow back on top of our deck. Warcry is actually pretty decent with our big expensive cards. A lot of times we have cards that we don't want to play this turn, but we really want to play next turn. And I'll take another armaments. Shovel. You can now dig at rest sites. It's good, but we're already doing one specific thing at every rest site. So we'll take a sapphire key. Shopping is nice. Disarm is good. Disarm and metallicize do a lot. Another shrug it off? Yeah, we could use some more front-loaded block. An uppercut is okay. And I think this is the way of the world. Okay, we can armaments onto our armaments, then we can armaments our metallicize and our strike. Alright, give me a card. I hate all of these. I hate taking this much damage this turn. But we gain strength and we get hit, and that's how life is sometimes. Okay, disarm is good here. And then we just try to live. Very barely live. Okay, we get a searing blow. We can do a vulnerable searing blow. And we have to kill it. We are not going to feed on this thing. We are in danger. Swift potion, good. Another searing blow, no. Burning Pact, exhaust a card, draw cards. We don't really have card draw. True Good is okay. We need ways to draw searing blow again. We have an event here. I hate having to heal. But we're just gonna die if we don't. So this is, we have missed out on 2 searing blow upgrades that I really wanted. I do not want to curse. Okay, Bash, Whirlwind, Anger deals almost the same damage this turn and gains us strength, but also just Whirlwind deals 32. So that deals 32 total. Well, okay, with this it deals 38. Or we Bash, that deals 8, then this deals 16 and 24. Okay, so this deals 64 damage, split across the 2 enemies, and then 70 damage. Or you could deal 8 plus 40 plus 9, so 57. 57, and we gain 1 strength and it's vulnerable versus 70. That seems pretty reasonable. We'll get started on killing this thing. So then this thing, we could even feed on it if we're lucky. Alright, we are gonna shuffle days into our pile every time we play things that aren't attacks. Let's get rid of a war cry and draw some cards. Let's disarm that and kill this. Alright, so we're being attacked a bunch. We can uppercut for weak, and then searing blow for damage. And then we take a bunch of damage, but I mean, we could fully block, but then how do we kill it if we don't play our searing blow whenever we draw it? So we take 10 and deal 39. I think we got to. Alright, I'm willing to armaments a metallicize, even if it shuffles 2 days into my deck. So 2 days into our deck, but plus 4 block next turn. Yikes. I think we need to draw some cards. So 14 and then 22 will not kill it. Alright, second one will be incredible. So we can metallicize, and then we can exhaust all of these for big full block. And we're not going to feed, so let's just play it as a strike that does more damage. And now we hope to draw Searing Blow. This will also do. Great Potion. Power Through is interesting. Power Through is nice with our second wind. But we're adding a lot of cards that aren't Searing Blow. I don't know how we're going to win this fight, but I don't think we win it if we don't have a big Searing Blow. I don't know how we win this fight. So this goes to 42. If we had gotten 2 more upgrades, it would have been at 51 and then 61. So resting those 2 times really hurt us. I'd like to gain some strength. I want to keep the second one, so I'll get rid of feed. Draw me some cards. Alright, we got a Searing Blow. We can put something else on top. So Searing Blow would kill either of these in one shot before. Ooh, let's Whirlwind. We'll put a Searing Blow on top. Definitely want a Heart of Iron in this fight. I don't know how we're going to deal with the Hyper Beam. I don't know if we can kill it before it. So this is our Disarm. This is our Metallicize. If we do this, and this, we don't have to block that. 12 Metallicize helps a lot, definitely. Would have been nice to armaments them. Let's upgrade a Shrug It Off. So we are blocked for 28. They're attacking for 30. They're attacking for 32. So we could block 4. I don't think the vulnerable is that incredible here. Using armaments on an anger means we're upgrading every time we shuffle it, which is good. We could disarm just to remove an artifact charge so that we can hopefully make it vulnerable and weak faster. Okay, so this is the Hyper Beam turn. So, Wish Us Luck. Okay, second wind doesn't do it. Alright, so this is why I did not think we could win this fight. But we got further. We made it to the Act 2 boss this time. Oh, Ascension 20. How I've missed you. This is why all the previous runs I kept saying, this isn't like Ascension 20. It's because I was winning. I'm not used to winning. I'm used to pain. I love this game.